Hey, my midnight people. The setup improved a little bit. Please ignore the crickets and the weird strange mechanical sound outside. I could not tell you what it is, and I cannot tell you what it is. Anyways, today I decided to get canceled. Please, feel free to block me. Feel free to do whatever you need to do. But I'm gonna say what I need to say. This platform was literally made so I can just say what I need, say whatever I want. So sorry, not sorry. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about the LGBTQ community. I'm a member, so please have some consideration. But I just wanted to talk about the gay community and the language that we use and how it could be detrimental. So, just a little bit of context. I didn't really get to speak to gay people that much growing up. Caribbean family, you guys, I feel like you guys kind of already get the gist of it. So in high school, though, I actually, my senior year, I was talking to this gay person. I wasn't really close to them, but I wanted to ask them something that I always get asked constantly. I always get asked, why did you choose to be gay? And I'm like, I did not choose to be gay. But I asked them, I was like, what do you think gayness is? Like, do you think it's a choice or do you think we're born this way? And I kind of always assumed that we would all have the same answer, but he didn't say that. He said he thinks it's both. And I just thought to myself, I was like, wow, that's something that I don't usually hear. For someone to believe on something from two different sides of the whole question spectrum, to think that they're both true at the same time, that's something unexpected. And then he went on a tangent about how he convinces straight men to be gay, and I was like, okay. So I had to go, and then zoom forward. I'm at college. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet all these gay people. Of course, I met straight people first, and I get the questionnaire. Why did you choose to be gay? The whole conversation devolves into, oh my gosh, gay is an opinion. It's not a choice. It's not. It's an opinion. So I could not explain to you what that means. And out of desperation, I begged that they would call a gay person that they know because I'm like, I just thought the 99% of gay people, we all thought it was, we were born this way. And they call this person, they're a trans woman, and they're like, yes, I'm gay, but I also chose to be trans. And I didn't say anything. And in my head, I was like, you can be trans without transitioning, right? You can. So they were speaking about how they chose to transition. They chose to identify as trans, but they did not choose to be gay. You can be trans without transitioning. So, which means that even before you transitioned, you were trans, were you not? But that's a whole deeper conversation for them, And moving forward again, then I have this friend who goes through it. They were struggling. A lot happened, and they decided that they kind of it was in the relationship in physical intimacy sense. And they decided that they didn't want to be in relationships anymore for that time period, and they were like, I'm asexual right now, and I'm like, oh. And they spoke about asexuality as if they spoke about asexuality the way we speak about abstinence. How, and this is not the first time I've heard that. I've heard multiple times gay people talk about, oh, I'm asexual now, you know, and after their heart is healed, they're no longer asexual. And to all of these things, you may think that the stories kind of don't mix. They don't have any nothing connecting them. I realize that it's all about this choice that so many of members of the gay community that I've met think that we have. I thought we were born this way. Were we not born this way? If we give into the idea that we chose this, then that also supports the idea that we made the wrong decision. It is not a choice. If we give into the idea that we chose this, what about the people who fought and protested so hard that we didn't choose this? And on top of that, what about, should we not be protecting our labels? And I know this is where people are going to say, oh my god, he's gatekeeping asexuality, he's gatekeeping, oh, da da da. Please feel free to cancel me. Please feel free. But what I'm saying is, of course, you can realize who you are through struggle. Through my struggle, I realized, oh my god, me trying so hard to be straight, I realized that I'm not. I realized that through struggle and trauma. Yes, and this person, they might have gone through a lot. Relationship wise, they can realize that they're asexual. But it was not a realization for them, it was a choice. I'm choosing to be asexual right now because I don't want to involve myself in any physical, acts right now. I'm not trying to date anyone. I'm not trying to do any of that right now. I just want to be by myself. I'm not asexual. And I feel like when we say things like that, and we kind of go along with that, the definition of asexuality changes. Because now asexuality is no longer people who realize, just like everyone else, just like how I realized how I was gay. It's no longer people who realized their sexual orientation. It is people who chose to be this. People who are choosing abstinence, therefore they are now asexual. That is not what asexuality is. And the reason I'm talking about language is because when we use language like that, now asexuality is morphing to a different thing. To that people who don't understand asexuality now have a misinterpretation. And as a gay community, we struggle so hard against that. And when we say it's a choice, we're just willingly giving people ammunition. For what? And I just disagree. So I just leave you guys with the question. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if it's a choice. Tell me if I made the wrong decision. And other than that, I guess have a nice night. I love you, my midnight people. To my one subscriber, mwah, and to the people who hate me, mwah.